14 January 2025, we are going to discuss editorials from The Hindu and Indian Express. Without further delay, let's go into discussion. First article, it talks about transforming mentalities, redefining masculinity. In the present generation, though there is a huge gap in equality between men and women, there is still a lot of subjugation that is being perpetrated against women. In this light, article has been written in good manner. We'll discuss this article in detailed manner. International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women. It is celebrated on every November 25th. But we still face a huge truth. What is that? We have been advocating several times in order to safe keep the women, but 1 in 3 women across the world, they are enduring violence at the hands of men. Well, if you see men, they are kind of perpetrators. We can start change with men itself. Men can become a change agents. Addressing violence against women, this requires addressing men's roles, questioning traditional notions. Basically, traditionally, we have been taught to behave in masculine manner. So we have to show our strength, we have to show our aggression, we have to show our control. These kind of notions that have been taught to us from childhood, these things need to be replaced by culture wherein we value empathy, non-violence. Even we need to define alternative notions of manhood. If you see violence against women, this can be seen somewhat like paradoxically. This is kind of men's issue. So this is very, very important. This is a societal issue that demands active engagement of the men from early childhood. Boys, they are influenced by norms. They have been told in order to show their strength because that is the dominance. They have to they shouldn't display their emotions because it is kind of weakness. Even they need to assert control. That is the way to protect their status. These kind of deeply entrenched ideas not only harm women but also limit men's lives, even their relationship also. These things will trap men in the cycle of suppressed emotions, aggressive behaviors. When these behaviors will come out, then ultimately attack women. So recognizing, reshaping these norms, these are very essential for creating healthier relationship, even safer world also. The subject of men and masculinity, this has become very important focus point within development sector also. Over the past 20 years, academic research, grassroots efforts, they have been revealed importance of engaging with men. Even these research indications highlighted strategies that kind of work, and they have shown how men are increasingly stepping out of challenging traditional gender norms. They are coming out of those gender norms. This kind of shift reflects recognition of men in their role in towards advancing gender equality. If you see India report, United Nations Educational Science and Cultural Organization UNESCO Transforming Mentalities Initiative, they aimed at this is UNESCO's initiative is there transforming mentalities. They are aimed at shifting the way men engages with gender issues. Right, this initiative, it challenges rigid and stereotyped ideas about masculinity. Even it puts positive supportive roles for men, even engages them with, as a champions of gender equality. We are going closer to 2030, even agenda 2030. So UNESCO, in collaboration with International Center for Research on Women, ICRW, UNESCO is proud to present the report Engaging Men and Boys. It is the report on pathways to gender equality in India. This report, they documented 10 pioneering programs across India that will engage men and boys in order to address gender inequality. What are some of the interventions that have been carried out through these reports? Through several impactful initiatives, these programs, they encourage critical dialogues. These dialogues will be aimed at questioning traditional gender norms. They will reshape concepts of masculinity. Even they strengthen inclusive attitudes by emphasizing education, open discussion, community driven actions. These programs, they kind of empower participants. Even they will become advocate for gender equity within their household, even within community institutions where they are part of. So change must begin with yourself. That change must begin from childhood. So when you start from childhood, these values will be inculcated and then it will be carried forward. For example, if say मर्द वाली बात, what does that mean? Man's thing. मर्द वाली बात मतलब हिंदी, in Hindi it means man's thing. This is the initiative by YP Foundation. They use kind of storytelling, even social media, in order to foster conversation around positive masculinity with young men on campuses, even in community also. These kind of interventions, they help young men in critically examining, even limiting narratives they have grown up with, even empowers them with embrace the values of equality. Similarly, one more organization, Equity Movement in School, that is Gender Equity Movement in School, GEMS. It collaborated with International Council on Research on Women, even Department of Education in state of Rajasthan. They use several initiatives, interactive classroom activity in order to help adults and boys in order to see the harm in toxic masculinity. Even they adopted more equitable gender attitude also. In one of the session in GEMS, boy told, I used to think boys should only do outdoor chores. Now he told, like, I believe we should work alongside women at home. These movements of transformation, they create ripple effects even that shape entire communities. Initiatives like Dekh Rekh, caring for each other, Hamari Shadi, our marriage, they kind of encourage men to participate in family nutrition planning. Even they tackle gender bias through small and everyday actions also. So these interventions, they prove men and boys are invited to engage with gender equality as a part of their lives, rather than this is just abstract idea. Even change becomes, these things can be possible. What is the thing that we need to define as a public figure? Change also become possible when men and boys have positive role models. They demonstrate equitable behaviors. So these initiatives, they highlight importance of role models who participate in household and caregiving responsibilities. They reject violence as a solution. They practice empathy. They embrace vulnerability also. Public figures, they can help normalize gender equality. For example, well-known Indian cricketer, basically Rohit Sharma, he had taken leave for parent caring recently because he has been blessed with a baby boy. So such a kind of attitude will go into minds of the people, stating that it is not only the women's duty, it is the men duty also take care of each other, even take care during hard times. So the path to true equality, this is a long and active participation of men, it is crucial in this journey. Beyond rejecting violence, even men can challenge stereotypes, cultural norms that kind of perpetuate in the system. They must see themselves as essential contributors to change. They must help dismantle toxic ideas of manhood. These things require willingness to question the privilege that patriarchy grants to the world, even in order to explore ways to address pressures and expectations that accompany these kind of privileges. Our elders, yes, they thought well about it, but those ideas are outdated against gender norms. So by reflecting and reshaping those roles, men can play a transformative part in building more equitable society for all. In the new year, let us celebrate these men and boys who are becoming transforming mentality, and then we need to champion the equality together. By redefining masculinity, we can create the world where every individual, regardless of gender, they are free from violence and empowered to thrive. So this is the article about, this is a very good article about gender equality. You can use anywhere in the article. There are good reports also there. UNESCO's Transforming Mentality Initiative, even some of the interventions that have been carried out in Rajasthan as a case study, even YP Foundation initiative, these things you can use in case studies also. You can utilize them case study, you can use anywhere. So next article about urea and its success story. There is a shortage of diammonium phosphate, even lack of investment in manufacturing. Urea industry has seen significant installation of new production capacities, even progress towards achieving government's goal. What is the government goal? Achieving Atmanirbharta, that means self-reliance. If you see history between 2011 and 12, 2023 and 2024, basically April to March, India's domestic production of urea, this has gone from 22 million metric tons, 22 to 31.4, and even imports have come down from 7.8 metric ton to 7 metric ton. In the present year, if you see, it has come to lowest, that means 5 metric ton present since date, almost 5 metric ton, lowest since 2006 and 7 we imported very low, 4.7. This time very low, that means our domestic production is growing. So we are carrying out several greenfield projects. For example, in India, if you see output increase, this is basically because of the 6 new plants. 3 plants are from Hindustan Urvak and Rasayan Limited, HURL. 1 from Chambal Fertilizers and Chemicals, even Matix Fertilizers and Chemicals, Ramagundam Fertilizers and Chemicals Limited, RFCL. These 6 plants, they have contributed immensely. If you see in the table, recently commissioned urea plants, Chambal, RFCL, Matix, HURL. HURL has 3 plants. So in the recent from 2019 onwards, they have been commissioned, and then capacity is almost around production capacity 1.3 metric ton, 1.1 metric ton. So almost some 7 to 10 metric ton have been installed. So these plants, they run on natural gas. They produce 7.5 metric ton of urea in 23-24. 3 of them, basically Matix, Chambal, HURL, they produce beyond their rated capacity in 23-24. So the new plant, they are located in new green revolution areas in the eastern Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Bihar, Jharkhand and Telangana. What do you mean by green revolution? When country, after our independence, we were suffering with a lot of food imbalance. That time, Vishwana scientist has come up with new initiative that is called green revolution. So in the northern belt and eastern belt, production of paddy and rice has been carried out. So this yielded huge production and we became surplus. This is the green revolution. So urea is required for that. So these plants are naturally located near to this green revolution area. We have 20% market share in eastern India. One of the chairman also told that they are supplying to Bihar, Jharkhand, Kanodia. It was told by chairman of Matix Fertilizers. Even 1.27 metric ton urea plant, it is coming in Talcher in Odisha, Angur district. It is estimated of almost 17,000 crores. Almost 2/3 of project is completed. What is new about this plant? Urea plant in Talcher. Despite, see, if you see all the 6 plants, they are based with ammonia as a feeder, right? Technology is sourced from United States, even Haldos from Denmark, urea from Italy, Topo from Japan. The Talcher project, this uses not ammonia, coal as a feedstock. Where you will get coal? You will ask that. So coal. So Talcher is in Odisha. There is a Paradeep refinery. It is run by Indian Oil Corporation Limited. So petcoke, this is the bottommost product in the petroleum industry. They will use this petcoke and then they will use as a feedstock. So when you burn petcoke, it will emit a lot of emissions. So these fine stock will be further can be blended in the petroleum sector. This is kind of coal gasification technology. So who will operate this thing? The contract will be based on lump sum turnkey contract. Basically, it is awarded to Wuhan Engineering Committee Limited. Basically, it is related to China. So what shall be preferred? Whether we need to buy or whether we need to make. So if we see cost wise, it is good to import rather than export. But author says we are following the both models. When it comes to southern part of India, peninsular India, so we are close to ocean. We can buy at lower quantity. But when it comes to hinterland, that means on the north and eastern part where access to sea is very limited. So importing urea and then transporting these location, the cost will be very high. So instead of that, we can put up the plant there and then we can start production. So though the difference margin will be different, but these things will be very very important. Why? When you start any industry, you will generate huge employment, you will generate technological advancement, and then this will become inspiration for the next sectors. Even we can become atmanirbhar, and we can rely on self reliance, that means atmanirbharta. So these initiatives are very very important in order to address the future needs. So this is the article about urea success story. So we are going to discuss next article about Mahakumbh. January 13th was the day when Kumbh Mela was started. Most of the people, they came to Kumbh Mela when on Monday the sands in the Triveni Sangam, Ganga, Yamuna and mystical Saraswati river, where these three river joins. So people, most of the people, they came there, they have taken holy bath, they have taken dips. So one thing we need to understand, the Kumbh Mela has started now. Almost today is Makar Sankranti. Today almost 1.5 to 2.5 crores of people have been expected to attend there. So such a kind of huge people, when they are coming, the arrangement must be in critical manner. So if such a kind of arrangements will carried out, then no security issues will come up. Even economic point of view also, if you see, this will generate huge income. Most of the people who are residing in hotels, they will come, they will take the holy dips. There are even our belief system also increases. See, there are many people who are coming from across the world. They are following yoga for generations. Even India has been told to be as a spiritual leader in the world. So our spiritual growth will very huge, and then we can promote our spirituality across the world. This spirituality definitely helps in ending war related crimes. So today Israel and Palestine, they are involved in a lot of wars. Even Ukraine and Russia, they are involved in wars. Even there is a huge dominance and hegemony is going between China, America, Russia. So in order to avoid all these things, the spirituality will definitely help in order to bring down such a kind of escalations in the world. So there are different across country in India itself, from different walks of life, they are going to Kumbh Mela, they are participating, they are embracing the values. But most of the people, what they are telling this time is arrangements are made in excellent manner. Even they have taken everything with great care. So things must be seen. Even Yogi Adityanath, also Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, he congratulated state administration, even police officials, in order to make the first day as a grand success. So as days goes in, we will see what will the impact of Kumbh Mela. But let us pray for safe happening of the Kumbh Mela and everyone being blessed with prosperity, health and wealth. So we discussed three articles today. First article is about gender equality. Second article is about urea success story. Third article is about Kumbh Mela. So thank you very much for discussion.